at least an inch or more just from doing that. So very blessed in the calf department, and I think he's going to bring a crazy package to this year's Olympia, and he's certainly not going down without a fight. I mean, he is the true blue collar Iron Warrior. Very pleased with the workout today. Couldn't have went any better as far as reach every goal I had for him, that's for sure. It's awesome.
So right now I'm sitting here on what we call the hammer strength, Dorian Yates low road. Years ago, Dorian Yates was he was the best Mr. Olympia to come along. Dorian was really known for his awesome back development, and in his training video, this is one of the machines that he used. After seeing that, of course, I had to have one. So this was one of the first hammer strength machine we ever bought. And when Branch does use this, the very first machine we ever bought, ever, is right here. So we call this the Metroflex Branch Warren Road. When this thing was first brought here, as you can see, it's been broke so many times, I'm really not sure. Somewhere between 15 and 20 times we have repaired this thing. I mean, the end here is snapped off. It's been braced here. Put these strings again, you got to re-weld that. One time he was using this with the whole stack on there, and the handle snapped off in his hand. But he loves this thing, and he uses it pretty much every back workout. He doesn't use the weight he used to use on it. He used to put, about 500 pounds on there and do a lot of slinging movements. Now we use it towards the end of the workout, and it's more of a controlled squeeze movement. That's one thing that he started doing. His back's always been big, and people have really criticized him on his back development. So what we do now, we do all the heavy stuff, but we also do a lot of light squeezing motions, kind of imitating a rear double bicep pose, getting back there, holding it and squeezing it. And it's made a huge difference in his back development. You saw it there on a classic, and it'll be even better at this year's Olympia. Another bar that we use here at Metroflex, the Branch really likes, that's probably not found in most common gyms, is what we call the Versa bar. It's made by a fellow named Chris Reagan. You have two different grips on this. One is where you're kind of holding it like this. The other one you hold like this. This way is more tricep. This way is really an easier way on your shoulders. And it's one of the things Branch uses in his chest workout. Once again, it's something he kind of does with moderate weight at the end of his training, really squeezing it. His chest has never been a weak point. He's always had an awesome chest. And this is something that we just added to the arsenal. And our buddy Chris, just an old cowboy, came up with this because he had a lot of shoulder problems. And I really like it because I've got plenty of shoulder problems myself. And it's just something that we use. In yesterday's leg workout, that bar we used weighs 60 pounds, so Branch went up to 420 on his front squats. I believe he got 8 for his best effort. He wasn't happy with that at all. The week before he had done 500 for 8. 420 for 8 in the front squat is still a great feat of strength. He definitely wasn't happy. That's just the way he is. He's a champion. He wants to go forward. He wants to do more than ever. Going any heavier than that, definitely the risks far outweigh the benefits. This close to a show. Most of your guys that are at the pro level aren't even lifting heavy at all at this point. They do all their heavy lifting in the off season when they're got a lot of body fat or more bulked up. Branch lifts heavy right to the very end. He's a warrior. He knows no other way. Even when he's been hurt, we've tried to get him to back off, or I have, and use a little common sense. But he's a bull, man. He's a warrior, and it's just hard for him to do the light type stuff. Believe me, I've tried to get him to do great effort. I mean, he did over 100 reps on the leg extension, starting with a 250-pound stack. Went up to a 420 for 8 on the front squat. Did 585, I think, for 15 on that Hatfield bar at the end. 1,500-pound leg presses, drop sets, 20 each time, whatever, 25 maybe. So, I mean, it was a workout that would have crushed pretty much any pro that we've ever had in here other than Ronnie Coleman. We've had a lot of people that come and visit us. We've had a lot of people that come here when we have like the Europa Super Show. Next week, we have photo shoots here every single day, all day long. And of course, a lot of these guys aren't lifting all that heavy. They're just doing a photo shoot. But I can pretty much safely say that at 7 weeks out from the Olympia, very few of his contenders are training the way he's training right now. There may be some that aren't. I don't know. I don't criticize anyone or try to judge anyone, especially when I don't know. But he's an animal, man. And I'm just going to apologize for him because I know he's disappointed in that leg workout. He's having some severe pain in his left knee, but he didn't want to disappoint, so we just had the camera here for a limited amount of time. And I hope you all are pleased with what you saw. And I was very pleased. I think he still had a great workout. Branch first came here back when he was 16 years old. He already had the muscle maturity of a experienced, seasoned national level bodybuilder. It was kind of freaky to see a guy that young, already with the grainy hardness of a champion. His calves were already very, very developed. I think that was just a natural gift he had. And he always had this insane work ethic of training to the death. I know when he got ready for the teen nationals, I was getting ready for a show back in 1993, and we trained together. And even back then, he was pretty much the same strength as I was, which is embarrassing to admit. But I remember doing a dumbbell workout with him, going up to the 140s, and I got about 8 reps with him. I think, well, that's going to crush this kid, but it didn't. And of course, he was on a very hardcore diet. He was a lot closer to the show than I was. I believe it was like the last 3 weeks. But anyway, it was a great. It was fun for me to train with him back then. And he actually went on and defeated Jay Cutler that year. He won the light heavyweight, and Jay won the heavyweight, and then Branch won the overall. Then after that just really kind of fueled his fire. I think he realized, what he had then, and I don't think he got beaten in a contest for many years. Even as a teenager, he would win overalls against open level competitors. Then he just, he started going to college, and his work ethic is really what's carried him through it. He would have to get up. He would get up at like 4 in the morning, train clients, till about 9, 10 in the morning, go to classes till about 4 in the afternoon, then work out, and then train people till 10 or so at night, and get up and do it all over again, over and over and over and over. And I don't know how he did it, man. Because he existed on very little sleep, but he continued to grow. I think that's one thing you see now with him, why he's gotten bigger and better over this last year and a half, really, is because now he actually gets to sleep, 7-8 hours. He sold his gym, and he really is just concentrating on this as a business now. That's a privilege that he never had before. When Ronnie quit the police force and started just bodybuilding full time, it definitely worked to his advantage. And now Branch is experiencing the benefits of that type of lifestyle also. In the bodybuilding contest prep world, there's a lot of different types of diets you can go on. Branch really uses a very high protein, and in the past he had went very low carb, and now he's doing better, using more carbs, mainly for potatoes and rice. He might be doing something different I don't know about, but in the past that's what he's done. When he went just on that really low carb, to me, it kind of flattened him out. He has a high metabolism. It's not hard for him to get lean. He pretty much has abs year round. When he first started this game, he was eating anything, and he was still shredded, when he was a young kid, and still has great metabolism to this day. He eats a lot of red meat in the form of buffalo, wild game, and buffalo is lean.
you know, that buffalo, I don't know if you read about him, he did a little clip on it in the last MD Muscular Development in his column talking about his hunt. A friend of ours has a ranch in Wyoming. We get to go hunt occasionally, and this is a real wild buffalo. It's not a pen raised beast or anything. And I shot one 2 years ago, and it was an average size one. You know, I didn't really want one as big as what Brant shot, because when they're really that big, the steaks and such are not that good to eat. They're very tough. So I cut mine into steaks and burgers. He made this one into nothing but burger meat. And I mean, it's awesome. You know, I've probably already ate about 150 pounds of it myself. And, you know, we got it in 2-pound rolls of, you know, a burger. You know, if I'm in a hurry, I'll throw it in a skillet and fry it basically. But you have to spray that skillet with ham. It's so lean, otherwise it'll just burn up. You know, there's no grease or anything in your skillet when you cook it that way. But of course, the best way is to put it on a grill, and that's how he eats his, I'm sure 99% of the time. I mean, it tastes good enough to eat raw, really, man. I mean, I don't like it if it's well done. I mean, I like it like medium rare, man. I mean, it's awesome meat, man. It tastes so good. And something about that buffalo, man, it just makes you stronger. I mean, it just gets you pumped up. I gave a buddy of mine some a while back, and he ate some, and then actually ended up beating up a guy that night, man. He's like, man, and this guy's so mild-mannered. I mean, I was in shock that he got in a fight, man. But someone got insulted his wife. Next thing I know, he's choking this guy out in his front yard, man. And called me up, man, the buffalo made me go crazy. But anyway, he's not much of a chicken eater. You know, maybe towards the end he'll eat some chicken and fish, but he's mainly an egg white and red meat kind of dude, man. And he doesn't like fibrous type vegetables. He's starchy carbs, and that's about it, man. Of course, he takes some protein powders. You know, he takes in about 600, maybe more grams of protein a day. But he eats like a lion, man. I mean, when we go hunting, we have to have about 4 pounds of cooked meat for him, or he'll start falling out. You know, with me, if I'm hunting, I can go all day without eating, and then I'll just feast at the very end. But he gets very angry when he gets hungry, so we try to keep plenty of food around, and you know, he knows that, and he takes care of that the night before and brings a cooler when we go on our little excursions.
All right, just, you know, tell a story. You should be talk loud.